And you, Paul writing to the Colossians, and you, he said, that were sometimes alienated and enemies, that kind of thing. And they were. You were. Before you were saved, you were born unsaved and needed to be born again. You're called in the New Testament children of disobedience and children with a lack of faith. And before you were saved, that book says you, sir, I'm talking to you, you were a perfect blank, because they said you were in the world. Here's the Bible description of you before you did what you did, if you did the right thing. But before you were saved, you know what you were, according to that book? You were 1, alone in this world, 2, without hope, and 3, without God. That's your condition. That is the condition the Bible gives for every doctor and lawyer and banker and dentist and president in this country. Alone in the world, without hope, and without God. And your education, your income don't mean a cotton-picking thing on the face of this earth. And you were sometimes alienated and enemies in your mind. You didn't believe him. A lot of you don't believe what I'm saying right now. You were enemies of mind by wicked works. Your trouble is you're living like the devil. That's what John said about you before you were saved. He said, men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. And everyone that does evil hates the light, neither cometh to it, lest his deeds should be reproved. But you came to the light. At least that's what your lesson says today, in verse 12, giving thanks to the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light. Christ said, I am the light of the world. John said, he was the light. John said, I'm not the light, he's the light. And he said, he's the true light that lightens every man that comes into the world. You rejected that light. Why? Because of your wicked works. So you canceled him in your mind and said, well, that's just another religion. Well, some folks look at it one way and some folks look at it the other, and it'll depend how you look at it. That's the quickest way to hell you can get. And that's the way of higher education. All truth is relative. And that'll land you right in your back in hell from wicked works. And it's because of the passage that speaks about you, because you lived and died alone, without hope, and without God in this world. In spite of John 3:16, you missed it. You tried to apply John 3:16 and couldn't do it. You can't do it without accepting Christ's death on the cross to pay for your sins. And outside of that, you're not going anywhere but just out in outer darkness. And you won't know anything about being a partaker of the saints in light.